to historic Glendower Mansion. I'm Lisa and I'll be your host as we take a brief tour through the mansion and take a peek behind the scenes at what we are preparing for our Christmas tours. Come on in. Historic Glendower Mansion was built around 1845 by a gentleman named John Milton Williams for his family. There would be 3 families who resided in the home over the course of the next 100 years. In 1868, Durbin Ward and his wife purchased the home, and they lived here until the early 20th century. Around 1905, the property was purchased by Ladora Scoville Owens and her husband, and they would reside here until the mid-1940s, at which time the mansion was taken over by the Warren County Historical Society and managed from then on to today. All 3 families that resided at Glendower loved to entertain. When you come visit us for a Christmas tour, you'll notice that not all of the decorations are quite historically accurate. We like to use different themes each year, and in fact, each room is a different theme. We also love glitter and garland and lots of shiny ornaments, so I'm sure you will have a great fun time when you come visit us. Next, we're going to head into the family parlor where we're going to meet with Barbara and see what she has in store for us. We're now in the family parlor at Glendower, and this is Barbara, and Barbara's going to tell us the ideas behind the design in this room. Barbara, how long have you volunteered with Glendower?
Actually, this is my very first year, and yes, they have certainly put me to work.
Well, we're very pleased to have you join us this year. Now, looking around the room, what was your inspiration for this beautiful area?
Well, because this is one of the original rooms in the mansion, we've chosen a Victorian motif and based it on the burgundy furniture and the pale green walls. It's very festive. This is the first time we've used this color scheme, but we were quite pleased with the way it turned out.
It's beautiful. Can you tell us a little bit about the trees and the ornaments? Because those are just spectacular.
Would very much like to. This enormous tree was donated to us along with many of the other 11 in the house. And in fact, the ornaments, the ribbons, much of the rest of the decor in this room were donated to us by 2 Christmas guests 2 years ago, and we are very grateful for it. I encourage anyone who comes to the house to look carefully because they are very special.
It is absolutely gorgeous.
It is. The other thing I'd like to say is Connie is our fireplace wizard, and she'll be able to tell us more about her inspiration and her execution of the fireplaces.
That sounds exciting. Next, we're going to move into the formal dining room. Now we're in the formal dining room, and I'd like to introduce you to Connie, and Connie will be talking to us about the design inspiration for this area. Connie, how long have you been a volunteer with us at Glendower?
I've been here 3 years.
And again, we are very pleased to have you and your artistic abilities join us.
Well, as you know, we have a lot of fun.
We do have a lot of fun. Connie, can you talk to us a little bit about the ideas behind the design of this room?
Yes, as you can see, there is an abundance of fruit throughout the room, and that was the theme this year. As you can see, we have a beautiful table set with china and beautiful glassware. The fruit itself we actually used 2 years ago in a room upstairs, the master bedroom. And this was one of our projects during that summer that we glittered and crystallized most of the fruit actually, and decided we like to go ahead and this year to put into this beautiful dining area.
How many pieces of artificial fruit do you think is in this room?
I would guess, we don't know for sure, but it's over 200.
Wow. So tell us a little bit about this unique looking fireplace here. It's different than fireplaces that I have seen in other homes.
Yes, as you can see, the fireplaces in this home are more shallow, and they're called Rumford fireplaces.
Okay. And now this is not a typical fire burning in this fireplace. I understand that we are not allowed to have actual fires burning because of the condition of the chimneys. But you came up with an idea a couple years ago to kind of showcase that. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
I did, because I think there is nothing more warming and cozy in a room than to have a fireplace. And what I did, I asked if I could light the fireplaces and use lights. As you said, you cannot build fire in these nowadays. But I try to keep the theme of the room in most of the fireplaces that I do for here in the house.
So I see you've carried the fruit theme into this. I think the only thing that we're missing is a couple chestnuts roasting on that fire. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
Thank you. And we also reflect I have used mirrors in all the fireplaces to reflect the light out even more.
What a great idea.
And many of them are battery operated that you can use in your own home, or electric that you could plug in.
And now that's something that someone could do in their own home, correct? They
Yes.
could replicate this, take these ideas
Yes.
that you're showing, and that would be a very safe idea for their holiday decorations.
Especially if they don't have a working fireplace.
This is true. Thank you so much, Connie.
You're welcome.
Another special feature in our home are 5 antique dress mannequins that we've turned into trees. We call them our tree ladies. Now each year we decorate them differently depending on the theme of the rooms. And this year you'll notice she has her cranberry colored velvet bodice, and all of the decorations around on the greenery reflect the colors in this room. And of course we have to name each lady, and so there was no doubt that she would become Carmen Miranda based on the fruit theme. So make sure to check out the other 4 ladies throughout the house. So now we're in the library of Glendower, and we're going to be talking to Vicki to see what the inspiration behind this design was. So Vicki.
Hi, Lisa.
Hello. How long have you been volunteering at Glendower?
Well, this makes my 5th year.
Oh my gosh. And is it true that your crew of decorators refer to you as Colonel Christmas?
Unfortunately, I'm afraid you're right.
And that's a lovingly name that we gave you because you are pretty much kind of the overseer of coordinating all of the designs for each room. Is that correct?
Well, I probably oversee, but everyone puts input and ideas from different volunteers.
Well, how many volunteers do you have that help decorate?
Well, there's between 5 to 8 volunteers that will come, and depending on what day they can come, because most of them are either retired or maybe they're working part-time, so we try to work around their schedules.
And how many days a week are you here?
Well, any place between 3 to 6 days a week.
Wow, so how many hours would you say are put into the decorating?
Well, we can answer that for sure this time, because last year was the first time that we actually kept track of all the volunteer hours that we did here in the house, and it added up to 970 hours. Now that doesn't, of course, include all the workshops that we have over summer to make things.
So your DIY projects, which as we're looking around this room, I'm seeing maybe a couple that were done for this decoration. Can you tell us a little bit about the inspiration behind this room?
Well, yes, I can, because Charles Dickens wrote probably the most famous story of all time for Christmas, and that's A Christmas Carol. And we took inspiration from that story You can see the book right here, Christmas Carol. We also have some Christmas Carol Dickens books from around 1862 here. So this story was written in the Victorian times. So naturally, top hats were the attire for all gentlemen. So we used that theme of top hats.
It's lovely. It's absolutely lovely.
Well, we think it's fun.
It's
Yeah.
fun. It is.
Now those top hats were never black in the beginning.
Oh.
So that's where the DIY comes in.
And what did you do?
Well, the small top hats were green because they were bought during St. Patrick's Day. The larger top hats were bought during the 4th of July, so they were all red. So those all had to be spray painted black inside and out. And then we added ribbon and holly and decorations to each one of them.
It's absolutely lovely. And a very warm and inviting room again.
Now we also, another DIY that we did, and I don't know if you can see these, but somebody in the group decided that we should make little books. So we made little books and we called them, of course, the Christmas Carol, and that kind of carries through the Christmas Carol story theme throughout the room.
And you'll also see in this room another one of the lady trees, but we're not going to give too much away about her. You need to come and see her in person. Is there anything else you'd like to tell us about this lovely room?
Well, we have more rooms upstairs, and we're excited for everybody to come and visit us this Christmas season.
How many rooms are there altogether?
We decorate 11 rooms
Wow.
and 3 porches.
And
So
that's quite an
we're
undertaking.
Busy girls, aren't we?
Busy girls. Thank you so much, Vicki.
Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you so much for joining us on our brief tour through Christmas at Glendower. We will be open for tours beginning November 23rd and continuing through December 29th, every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, noon to 4. If you would like further information about purchasing tickets, go to the Warren County Historical Society website. We really hope you join us for a lovely holiday special treat. Thank you.
And Lisa, thank you for hosting this for us.
Yes, thank you, Lisa.
You're very welcome. Thank you, ladies.